you're about to get. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Your boy Kobe here. It's been a minute since I've been back in my original place where I started, so I'm very excited about that. Okay, I'm gonna try to not say so much because I do that a lot. It says 10 times after. Anyway, but yeah, now I'm trying to say So today's video is something I'm very, very excited about. Actually, let me catch you guys up on life right now. I just had finals yesterday. It was my last one, and it was something. You know, it was something. I'm glad it's over. Let's just say that. My first semester, it was a breeze. You know, I had my highest GPA I've ever had in my life ever. And I don't know why that was. And I don't know why that was. But anyway, though, to today's video, I'm very, very excited about it. So today's video is going to be a story time. I wanted to talk about this event for the longest amount of time ever since it happened. But I was really scared too because I didn't know if I could. I didn't want to get in trouble with the people that kind of set this up for me, or just people that I worked with. But I think I can. It's something that I should talk about. I like talking about it in a bad type of way. It's the best experience I've ever had in my life. So today we're going to talk about me being on Star, the TV show. So the episode that I was supposed to be on, they didn't show me in. But I got to still work on the show. And it was literally the best experience I ever could have had in my life. This whole thing today is I want to start doing this thing on Tuesdays. So I want to call it Talk About It Tuesdays. Basically, I just want it to be a space where I can just talk about anything. You know, I have stuff queued up that I want to talk about, but I want you guys if you guys do want anything to if you guys want me if you guys do want me to discuss anything or talk about anything, this would be the perfect place to do that. And I'm just very excited just to start it off real cute, fun story. I feel this is just it's crazy. Cause I'm just getting to it. I feel I'm talking too much. Without further ado.
Talk about it, bitch.
Let's start with this. The day that this happened was the day after I failed my driver's test.
Oh my God!
So I feel it was basically a sign from God, hey, you've been through a lot, but I have something. It's okay, it's really okay. So yeah, this was just the day after that happened. I was just in bed, just chilling, and I get a call. I got a call from a number that I do not know. I decided to pick it up. Glad I did, because it was Central Casting. And just to break that down, they're an agency type of thing for background actors. So if you want to be extra in Avengers, bunch of TV shows in Atlanta, excuse me. But yeah, they've just done a bunch of extra work for just a bunch of projects in Atlanta. So I signed up with them in 2016 when I was 17. They were okay, when you turn 18 though, you have to come back and make sure you get all your pictures redone and just your information filled out, just so we can have you in the system now as an adult and not a minor. So I never went back. Senior year came up, I just never went back. So just getting this call in general totally shocked me, because I was honestly thought I was off the system. I was thinking about it for a minute. I was oh, I should probably go back and be hey guys. But I just never got to do it. I get a call from this lady, and she's just hey Kobe, we're wondering if you're free tomorrow to maybe come and work on this show called Star. I don't know if you heard of it. But yeah, we're trying to look for somebody that can fit a young Luke James, and we think that you'd be a good fit for that. She just asked me to want to do Like she basically said like she wanted me. I can't speak. Like they basically wanted me to audition for a role to be a young version of Luke James.
You ignoring my calls.
I said all I needed to say to you.
Well, up on that roof when I saved your life?
Yeah, I was sure. Like, I was like, what? And like she was just like, you know, like looking through like our database and everything, and based on the description, how like the actor looks, we just feel like you'd be a good pick from it. And then they said that there was one other person that they were auditioning for. They were like, would you be interested?
Are you dumb?
Of course I was interested, but I was scared a little bit. Like, not to like do it necessarily. It was just such a like out of nowhere thing. I was like, is it possible I can get back to you in just like 10 minutes? And she was like, yeah, you know, like just get back to me in 10 minutes. We're just trying to, you know, like figure everything out and get it like done quick because this is like a rush call. And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I got you in 10 minutes. So literally I hung up the phone, ran to my sister, and I was like, bro, like they just asked me to be on Star. Like they just basically said like, you know, we want you to audition for the show. Like, you know, I had to ask her because I felt like obviously I wanted to do it, but at the same time, like I think I was holding myself back by just thinking about like school and just, you know, oh, like am I ready? Like am I good? You know, like just all this dumb stuff like that I probably shouldn't have been thinking about, but I just was. And my sister's like, you know, as long as like you don't have like a final or anything, like why wouldn't you go? Like, you know, she was right. Like there was really no reason for me not to do it. So I called her back up and I was just like, yes, like I would love to do it. I would be so interested. She's like, okay, great. Like we just want to see if you can send a photo for me so I can show the producers or slash director basically how you look. So I like just sent her a selfie. She told me to send her one like right then, and I was like, looking a little rough right now, but okay.
Lord, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scary shit.
So like I just sent the selfie and she sent me the information to go there and everything. I'm sorry, I thought I heard something. They also wanted me to dress a certain way. Like she sent me a photo of like how the character needed to dress, I guess, or whatever, like for the scene. The character I was playing was like 12 years old. So they also told me that I might have to shave my face. And if you know me, you know, this might not seem like a lot, but this is everything to me. Like, I just feel like I literally look like, and I do, because this happened, I literally look like 5 years old without my face shaved. But yeah, so I just like kind of threw some clothes on, or threw some clothes together. The next morning, I had to get up super early to make sure that I was like ready and everything. Okay, so I get there. I get there at about 6:30, I think. I don't really know Atlanta like that. And like, the location itself is obviously it's not just like in the open or anything. They don't really want everybody to know like what type of location like they're filming at. It's like super early, so it's like really dark outside. You know, this is around October. The Lyft driver's like, oh, like, you know, like is this around the area? And I'm just like, I mean, I think so. Like, I don't know, cause it's dark. Like it's like super dark, and like I just don't know. But I see like a bunch of trucks, like all in this like big type of like parking lot. So I'm like, I think it has to be that. And then like we see a sign and it says like set for, it said like something set or whatever like that. And I was like, okay, like this has to be it. They dropped me off there. It's like, they literally, oh my gosh guys, like they actually had like, you know, like the table, like the food on it, like they had like a lot of breakfast food because it was like, you know, obviously early as I don't know what. But so halfway in filming, I realized now that I was too zoomed in.
You good? No, you're not.
Oh, right, okay. So yeah, we were on set and everything like that. We got snacks on the table with food and everything like that. I was tempted, but you know, I was like, let me find somebody first. Let me see like where I'm supposed to be at before I start grabbing food and shit. I just like asked some lady, I'm supposed to be like auditioning for like the role of like the young Luke James. So, you know, I was just trying to figure out like, you know, where I'm supposed to be at. And she's like, we'll get you all situated and everything. They introduced me like the producer or director's assistant. She was just like, so we're not gonna start until like about 7 o'clock, 7:15. She's like, you know, you can just chill out and go eat. Best believe I got my muffin, I got my juice, and I was chilling, I was eating. The lady, like the one I told you that was like the assistant of like the director, she was just like, it's gonna be like a little bit, so you can just like, you know, come with me and we can put your stuff down and you can just chill in your trailer.
Who?
I said trailer. She's like, yeah, like, you know, come this way. Y'all, like, they're actually taking me to a trailer. Like, we have a mirror, like, we have a scene. you know, like it's, they didn't have a refrigerator. No, they didn't have a refrigerator. I'm not saying like it was like some big extravagant thing, but it's like, bitch, I had a fucking trailer. Like
Period.
like I could not believe it. I was like sitting here like, wow, like this is ridiculous. And basically, you know, they were just like, the other guy that's gonna be auditioning as well for the role will be here soon, like, you know, so we'll like send him up here. I was like, okay, cool. I'm just chilling there. And then the guy gets there. Mind you, to me, like when I saw him, I was like, to me, he looked just like Luke James. So I was sitting here like, it's over for me. Like, he's super nice, really chill. We were just basically chit-chatting it up. He actually told me that he like has worked on the show before, like as like an extra. So I was like, whoa, this is my first thing ever. Like I have never done anything for a TV show, movie, like nothing. I'm sitting here and just fuck to all this. But yeah, so we were just there like for a little bit, and then finally the assistant lady came up and she was just like, hey guys, like, you know, like the director, he'd like to meet you and everything. She's just like, you know, like he just wants to like see you guys. So like we came out. I'm like nervous as shit. I'm about to meet like the freaking like director like for this like episode or like this show. Like, you know, like we get out, and this moment the director was just going to look at us and see who looks more like the role. And like for me, like from instant thought, like I just thought the guy next to me looked more like him. And to me, that's what I thought at first. So like I was just kind of like, okay, well, you know, thank you next. Like I had fun. Thanks for having me.
Shout out to everybody. I had fun.
I gotta be good.
He just basically looked at us, like, you know, looking like back and forth. He did that basically. They were just like, they'll get back to us like in like a couple of minutes or whatever. So me and the boy, like, we're just sitting here like, what the fuck was that? Like, you know, like, he just sat there and like looked at us. I told him, I was like, I think you look like him. So I was like, I think you're gonna get that. He was just like, I don't know. He was like, you look like him though. Like we were just like going back and forth, like saying like, you know, we think we look like each other. We think that like, you know, we both look like him basically. So we were just going back and forth with that. And then the lady comes back, the assistant, and she's just like, he wants to now do a cold read type of thing. He wants to just kind of like, you know, for you guys both to just kind of like play around with the scene and see how both of y'all do with it. She's like, so like, you know, we're about to go on set and we're about to go do that.
And
This is getting serious. So we walked to the van, like the actual van, like that they have, like I guess like, you know, just the hairstylist and like just like you know, anybody that's working on the show, like that's where we were at. That's where we. This dog, I'm not gonna do it after that. Anyways, okay, so yeah, so anyways, we get in the van and like we're just like, you know, I'm in shock. I'm really texting like my sister, like my friends and everything at this point too. I'm like, y'all, like I don't know what's about to happen. Like I don't know what's going on. Like this is. It was literally supposed to be like both of us just coming there, you know, seeing like who would fit the role based on like look wise, and now they were like really, you know, trying to see like who they really want, I guess, like for acting wise. So we're about to leave like in the van, and literally Luke James like walks out of his trailer and just like I was so like shocked. I couldn't believe like he got in a different van though. So he got in like the van like in front of us or like behind us, something like that. We all just go. It takes us about 15 minutes to get to like the actual set. It's basically like the house like I guess he grew up in as a child. They took me and the guy like, you know, that were auditioning for the role to like just kind of like sit down. I don't know, just like chill. So we were just sitting there like, you know, chilling. The director came to us. He was just like, so guys, you know, like basically we're just going to do improv. We're going to do improv with the scene partner that you have if, you know, like you get this role, which was the dad of Luke James. So his character. I'm hoping I can really scale this video down to at least like a cute 14. Yeah, so basically the director just told us, you know, we just want to see how you guys like, you know, interact with this character and just kind of like see how y'all play off of each other. So like before we did it, you know, like he was just like wrapping up, kind of like doing other scenes of like, you know, directing people, and Luke James walks by and y'all, he introduces himself to us. Like, so like he's walking in like with like somebody else, and they're like, hey Luke, these are like the guys that are, you know, auditioning basically to be like the role for you. And he's just like, you know, like, what's up? You know, shaking our hands and everything. I'm sitting there like, y'all, like, I'm like literally like just thinking about it like right now. This is not happening. Like this is not happening right now. Basically, I go first. So I go like in the house. They take me to the back in this like room to kind of just do like this imaginary scene like with the dad. He just said like, you know, like this is the situation. Like, you know, I'm playing a 12-year-old version of Luke James, just like a scene back in his childhood. So like, you know, it was just like about like tying the tie. I had to kind of just be, you know, like frustrated with how to get the tie on, which was really easy for me because I don't know how to put a tie. I don't know how to put a tie on. I wasn't acting. I did that. So that was great. So I do it, and the director was like, "That was great." You know, like he's like, "That was awesome." You know, like, "Great job, guys." Like, that was good stuff. I was just like, okay, like, you know, like I felt good, but at the same time, like, I don't know if he was like just saying it like just to like be nice or like, I don't know. I wasn't sure. I went back, you know, and then the guy after me went, and when he came back, you know, like I asked him, "How do you think it went?" He was like, I don't know. Because he was like, I don't know. That's kind of like, that's funny because like that's exactly how I felt. He asked me the same thing too, and I was just like, I was like, I don't know. Like he said he liked it. The moment of truth comes, like, you know, maybe like 5 minutes later. And the director and the assistant came. Like, I don't even want to quote like the speech because literally it felt like American Idol. I'm not even kidding you guys. And I said it, my dumbass, after he finished saying like the whole like little speech, I literally said, like, I was like, this feels like American Idol. Like, my dumbass said that. Like, I was like, this feels like American Idol right now. You know, I'm sitting here nervous as hell. This is all I want. All I wanted in life, like, was to, you know, act and just do shows. I don't know, like entertain people, like make them laugh, and like, I don't know. The director he's just like, yeah, so basically, you know, like you guys are both great and everything, but ultimately we have to come to a decision based on how we feel best resembles the character. And when he said that, I was like, I literally was like, it's a wrap. Not to say that I didn't feel like I looked like him, but I don't know, I just felt like he looked like him. But the director was like, so we decided to go with you, Kobe. Like, I could not, like, y'all, I was like, what? Like, I literally, like, I couldn't believe it. They told the boy, like, you know, like, thank you for coming. He was like, you know, thank you. And I was like, you did, like, I told him, I was like, you were awesome. And he's like, you know, like, do good, like, kill it. Just, like, it was so nice. Like, it was such a good moment, you know. It didn't feel weird or anything. I just was like, you know, like, okay, like, this is what it's gonna be. But in my head, I was like, oh my God. You know, they told me that, they're like, you know, like, you're gonna be like the Luke James today. Yeah, like, everything after that was just so, like, super crazy quick. I had to go back where the trailers were at because they had to shave my face. It's funny because, like, right before I got this call about any of this stuff, I said, like, I was like, I'm gonna grow my facial hair out. You know, like, it's time. No shade, no. November is about to come up. Like, I'm about to be a snack and I'm about to have a whole beard. No, like, they were like, that's not happening.
Stupid. I'm not gonna let you get the check.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was like a little bit sad. Like, when they just did that, I was like, it was a moment, you know. So I had like my face shaven. I'm gonna insert a picture.
The judge of that.
Look at the material.
You should be going home
You can
anyway.
be the judge of it.
After they shaved my face, then I had to like get like, you know, fitted and everything. Basically, like, the stylist was like, you know, like working with me on like trying to like, you know, find like the outfit for the character, and it was hard for him because I'm super small. They obviously had clothes, I guess, already for the person, like, you know, like they had ideas and stuff, but I don't think they thought I was gonna be this small. But they worked with me on it. They were super nice. We just went like straight to set. I got there and I didn't have to start immediately. So they just told me to just like chill out in this tent. Y'all, they were like, this tent is for like all like the Lukes.
Any bad bitches? What's up, bitch?
Like, cause it wasn't just me, like I wasn't the only Luke. Like, it was a 12-year-old version of him and there was like maybe like 7 or 8-year-old version of him as well. He's super talented. Like, wow.
Some of y'all are not gonna be mad, but it must be said.
Like, that's me right now.
Talk about it today.
It's for like all the Lukes in it. And like I said, like, you know, there was like young Luke, me, and big Luke. Like, you know, like there was like a chair on the side, a chair on the side, a chair on the side. I just was showing them the tent. So Luke James comes walking in and he goes like to his seat, which is basically kind of like next to me. So basically he kind of like sits next to me. Like I'm right here in like this like chair and he's like in his chair and it's just like a couple like feet apart. I'm just like on my phone like, you know, like chilling. He kind of already met me basically, you know, but it was just kind of like a like, hey, what's up thing. Like, you know, it wasn't really like a like, hi, like how are you? So y'all, like he actually like introduced himself. He was like, hey, like, you know, like I'm Luke. I'm like, I obviously know who you are. You don't have to tell me. Like I literally like what? No, my cousin just peeped me. No, I'm not. It's story time. He like literally introduced himself to me. He was like, you know, hey, like I'm Luke. Like nice to meet you. I was just like, hey, like I'm Kobe. I'm literally like sitting here like this is not happening. I told him I was like, this is like my first time like doing anything like this. I was like, this is like so cool. I was like, I'm so like happy to be here. Like this is just like awesome. And he literally told me, and I quote, well, I promise you, man, this won't be the last. I was like, wow. I was like, thank you so much. You know, I just couldn't believe it. So like after like basically like that, like, you know, like little talk or whatever like that, the like one of the assistant guys like came in and told me, like, he was like, Kobe, they want to see you, like they're ready for you to like do like a scene or something like that. And I was like, okay. So like I'm getting up. So like the way it's set up, like the chair, kind of like a director's chair, like that's how it's built. Light material as far as like what you sit on, and then like attached to it, I guess like table type of thing. Like basically you could just like lean your arm on it. I had put my book bag because they said it was gonna be a while. Like I was like, okay, well I might do some schoolwork. I didn't. I had like the book bag on top of like the little desk arm part thing. When I got up, I don't know why, but the whole thing took like literally the whole chair took over. And I was sitting here like I literally had just like this great, like awesome conversation with him. And then I make myself look like a dumbass. But basically like the director wanted me to see the scene before mine, which was with like the little version of Luke, like the youngest version of him and the dad. And they showed it on the show.
When I turn back around, when I was young and innocent, life yet to begun.
So he was like, yeah, like I just want you to like watch the scene just so you can get like a feel of like kind of like the overall emotion and just like, you know, the relationship the father and son have with each other. They give me like little headphones to put on and I'm just like listening to like the scene and like watching it like on the monitor. I literally told him, I was like, well, I'm a film major, so this is like super cool for me, like to just even do this. He was like, yeah, you know, I feel like it'll really help you and just like allow you to like really get a grasp for like how y'all's relationship should be. I watched that, then I go back and chill for a little bit, but then they call me for my scene. It's basically the thing we had already done. It's still improv, like very much improv. Obviously I was like a little bit nervous, but I was just like, I mean, at this point I got it. There's no really need for me to be like super nervous anymore. We did it about like 3 times and it was literally like the coolest thing ever. It's just so interesting to like see how like something I've always wanted to do really is and like how like it is like how I kind of always imagined it to be. And like they clapped afterwards, like, you know, like they do that like I guess like after scenes and everything. I was playing my dad. Super cool, like just like really made me feel very comfortable, I think, you know. Before like we had done the scene, like, you know, while they were like I guess setting up the cameras and everything, like we just were like in another room and he was just like, you know, it's okay if I like, you know, like shake you up a little bit, like we tried this and that. And I was like, yeah, like I just want to make the scene good, like I don't want to like hold back. Basically what the whole scenario was, it was a part of like a music video sequence type of deal. So like all the lines that we were like all the lines that we were improvising was not like, they weren't gonna hear, like if you were like gonna watch the show, like you weren't gonna hear any of those things. It was basically all gonna be played over like the song for the show that was gonna be during that scene. Like the last scene I was supposed to be a part of was basically me doing the same thing, but it was like Luke James kind of like walking like through the room and kind of like seeing like, oh, like, you know, this is a memory. The other young Luke James was there as well, and he was kind of like running around like, you know, just being a kid, and he was just kind of like seeing it. Yeah, we wrapped that scene, and that was it. I forgot to say this, but before doing that last scene, and while they were setting up, I was in like the room again with like the guy who's playing my dad, Harold, and one of the stylists were there, and she was like, I just want you to know, like, I really fought for you to get that role, like for you to get this role. I'm not an emotional person, and I cannot cry, but I felt very like, I don't know, like it was just, like I couldn't believe it. Like it was really like so sweet to hear that, because when there's something that you really are passionate about and like that you really want to do, it's like hard, I think, sometimes to like get out there and find people that actually believe in you, or like think like, you know, like this person can do this, like big people kind of, you know what I mean? Like I've gone on auditions before and I gotten it, so I felt good going into this, but at the same time I was still like, I'm not gonna set myself up and be like, oh, like you got this, and like, no, I'm never gonna be like that. Obviously you feel good, like you do good, but it's somebody else judging you. So just to hear her say like those words, like actually.
But wow, what a moment I will never forget. A moment that is most pleasing to me in my career.
I will never forget that. This was literally like the nicest cast like I've ever met in my life. I mean, I've never like met a cast before, but you know, like this is like, for my first thing, I would never want this to be different in any type of way. This was actually like the best experience I've had like in my life, and that's why I really want to share it too. Like I said, I feel like, you know, when you have a dream, or like when you want to do something with your life, sometimes like, you know, it can get like, you can get discouraged and just feel like, you know, like, oh, this is never gonna happen, or like, I don't know, like maybe I should just pick a different path and like stuff like that. I just don't want people to feel like that, because I feel like, you know, everything does happen in time. I don't want that to make you think like, oh, like don't go ahead and, you know, go after your dreams still, because absolutely do that. Sometimes things do happen for a reason. I've taken upon photography, which I love, and I really like do filmmaking and everything like that. And all those things matter like so much to me. Like they're kind of like all intertwined now. But acting was always my first #1 thing. So I've gotten discouraged plenty of times, and I just felt like this might not happen. I don't know, I just felt like I'm like maybe I'm running out of time sometimes. I should be here, you know, like I see other people doing things like that. And you kind of feel like you want to give up sometimes, but don't do that. Please don't do that. This is how I kind of feel like now I see it, is like, you know, like things really do happen in time. Like, you know, you just have to give it time. And that's what this has taught me. I know people, I have friends that are going to college right now to be a doctor, or I don't even know, a lawyer, like just like some crazy things, and it's like they don't want to do that at all. Don't do that. Like don't waste money and your time to do something that you're not going to be happy with doing. As long as you are happy and as long as you like what you were doing, that's really all that should matter. Don't do something that you are going to be miserable doing, because you're going to regret it. Oh, another thing too, y'all, on my way out, like after leaving, I saw Miss Queen Latifah. I didn't meet her. I was already like in the van, like leaving. I saw Queen Latifah and I saw Jude. Miss Star, I saw her. I saw him. I was in the room as Ryan Destiny, because if I saw her, I would have literally told the driver. I would have been like, okay, you need to stop this car because I need to go say hi to them. But you know, I was like, another day, another time. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please, 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 please. I would love to hear maybe some things that you guys would like for me to talk about. I'm very excited though to start doing Talk About It Tuesdays. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching so much. I really appreciate it. Everybody who watches my